right, greetings. Thank you for joining us. This is Monday night, about 20 minutes till midnight. So, going to a little bit of the Ukraine timeline. Um, yeah, I don't want to spend too much time here. Uh, and we're going to do a remote view of the God consciousness and Agartha. But also, there'll be other places we'll go beyond that. So Ukraine, yeah, is not looking good. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna have a city left after this. The way it's looking right now is not looking so great. There's also possible air travel, of course, in that area. I mean, imagine it's already been closed down to begin with, but it might start affecting other areas. Not worldwide, but there might be. It might cause some difficulties with other countries that are not near the Ukraine. It's a possibility as this starts to continue out because it is Europe, so it might affect other parts of Europe. It's not really clear, you know, at this time, but I do see air travel being disrupted. So, but I also see Ukraine. This is not good. I see Ukraine practically being just rubble. It depends on where this goes, but right now it's not looking the best energy at this point. They have peace talks, but it feels like it has to go the direction it's gonna go in. So it's also life lessons for other people or that are not involved with this. Like for some people that feel affected by it, some people might be affected by it, don't even live in Ukraine, but basically have give more value to their lives, be more thankful for what they have. So this is like a wake up call, and every once in a while this is going to happen. So and then the news is known to block out a lot, like what happened in Afghanistan. Even Lebanon went through a lot of difficulties, and the news blocked that out. But either way, if you need to find, if you need to find your spiritual retreat, basically where there is turmoil going on in the world, but helps you, redefine yourself and to find yourself, you'd be surprised. Uh, yeah, it's just a galactic war, you can say, is going on. So that's about all I have on that, unless something else finds its way in. I don't feel like Putin wants to back down. So, oh yeah, this is what other thing. Yeah, he's going to get karma for this too. Maybe not in this lifetime. Maybe in this lifetime, but I don't think it's going to be instant karma because there is good things happening, but of course there's bad too. Like the soldiers will get some karma, but nothing like what he'll get because he's the one who gave the go ahead for this. So it's going to be a lot of it's on his hands. So those of you that don't like what's going on, all that realize karma will find its way back to them in some form or another. So I think I've talked about that before, but maybe that'll help people feel a little bit better about all this. I mean, I know it's not great, but that it's just a difficult, obviously difficult subject matter. But the soldiers on the ground, I mean, I don't think a lot of them. I mean, unless they need to go through their own karma because of it. But a lot of them, they're going to get karma, but nothing like what Pruitt's going to get. So, of course, if they get shot or something like that, they have to go through that situation. But just a wake up call on many different levels. So, okay. All right. Let's see here. Do a slight update somewhere. Sorry, total economy private sessions. You have a schedule. We have a shop here. I think I'm on the 10th or the 14th. Same situation here. We have a webinar sign up, social network, behind the scenes. And I forgot. So you go here, you go to the main page. And we have a conference coming up. Whoops. Yeah, we have the conference coming up in May. I'll be there doing sessions. I won't be doing the speaker. I won't be speaking, but I'll be doing sessions. I'm gonna do a video about this tomorrow, a short video. I'm not sure how much detail I'm gonna go into. Anyway, I'll be there. Be there or be square. Yeah. Or if we find Bigfoot, we'll let you know. Because that's out in the woods area. All right. Okay. So yeah, Ukraine. I don't know if I want to keep going into that, but I feel like that's something people want to know about. So if something else comes in for that, I'll go into it if I pick up on anything else. So remote view of the God consciousness. Yeah, I mean, there's many different gods. There are god planets. Uh, this world is still a necessary. I want to use the word evil. There's different ways of describing our planet, but obviously other people would disagree. It's a necessary evil, but it's yeah, it's you can say this world. So from a God consciousness point of view, you can say that some gods did not believe a planet like this would be created. I wouldn't say it was done on a dare, but in some ways you can say it that way. So I can't believe something like that would ever be created. Um, but it does. This planet is a grounding world. Also, it really does help us connect to our powers, even if you don't feel like you're connected to your powers. It's like clearing out the muck within yourself, the tar. Tar can be timelines with other people. A lot of people are clearing out timelines with other people, cutting those timelines, and it's not easy. Like on a Palladian world, you connect to somebody like a partner or a lover, and everything's great. But then you come to this world, and they're all of a sudden like a whole different person, like a dark maniac or psychopath, whatever it might be. And you still feel drawn to that person because they had other lifetimes with them in a more positive consciousness. And so it's up to you to make a decision on what you want to do with that connection. Of course, you feel drawn to a certain person, so you kind of look beyond all the mishaps. But and of course, we are all in our contracts, we are destined to meet certain people in life. And while you're not meeting somebody in life, see if I connect the kind of consciousness on that. It's patience. It's like there's a lot going on within yourself than you might not realize. And a person in your life can actually block you from what you're here to do. So if you have like a relationship, can literally block you, can literally slow things down. So you're not really going to accomplish everything that you're here to came here to accomplish. Sometimes they can break that down, and so you have to incarnate again. Now some people don't care. I want my relationship. I get the image of like toast and with butter on it. That's okay. I'm in no hurry. I'll take 10 lifetimes on this world as long as they have a Mercedes in the backyard or something, in the front lawn, in the driveway or something. I don't know. I'm just using that for example. Yeah, it's like some are ready to take their time with this planet. They're in no hurry, and some people are in a lot of hurry, so that's why they go through so much traumas. Because it's like, well, you said you were in a hurry, so you have like 100 things happen to you that's driving you crazy. So but also with partners to break up partners. I know it's supposed to be talking about consciousness, but it's kind of connected to that. It's not really. Well, yes and no. But like to break apart from someone like a partnership or an old love, like a love affair, sometimes it can take a lifetime or a couple lifetimes. All depends on the situation. It depends on what kind of establishment you have with that person. So, uh, yeah, it gets complicated there. But the God consciousness, yeah, there's different worlds. Usually, they're just energy beings. They're just energy. You won't see them in our level. I mean, you can. Depending on the god being, I can see them like stand on top of a like this 30-foot being stand on top of a mountain just to say, "Hey, look, I'm God." So, and that might be just a demigod, which is a lower vibration, but God consciousness is crystal vibrations, higher dimensional crystal energies. Just basically establishing, you know, different types of energy worlds to give them power, to keep their energy. So there's always going to be a higher dimensional planet no matter what. Because the God consciousness needs something to lock on when they're creating. So, meaning that, like when they create a challenging world like ours, it's nice to have a higher dimensional world, like 10th dimension, 12th dimension, and so on. So the God creator can connect to those energies, feel the healing from that, and create worlds like ours and more challenging planets. It's just, it's, you know. And of course, there's female gods and male gods, androgynous gods. It goes on and on. Gods that can't seem to get their act together. Some people would call them demigods. They're not always demigods. Let's see, gods that it, what I'm getting is like, so you visualize a bunch of gods as human beings, and it's like one of them will say, "Yeah, step into my mind." So they all go into literally go into his mind and have an experience in another reality. Go on and on and on for that, and so you can say this universe is just a lot of fragments of other gods that were defeated in other consciousness realities. So there was a battle of the gods in other universes, and a lot of the remnants are here, and we're still picking up the pieces, you can say. A lot of it was brought here for various different reasons. It's like it was a battle for this universe, and some of the gods lost. I know I'm probably looking at it from a human perspective, but I'll just put it out there. Yeah, so it's fragments of other gods that are here that did not. I mean, yeah, they might be existence in some other realm, but some of them did lose the battle here. Here they want to control um, whatever it might be. In this universe has, yeah, obviously a lot of controlling issues with it. So it's just, and some gods can be trickster beings, similar to like a Loki, but more of a higher frequency. It just gets more and more complicated. It's just, yeah, it's like even godlike beings can be sent to worlds like this. And some of those people remember being a god being. Of course, we feel like we're not god beings when I believe we are actually. Yeah, we just don't remember it. Yeah, we're just, I mean, we have godlike powers, but I think we are consciousness. You can be a god, you can be whatever you want in the higher realms. If you don't want to be a god, a higher dimensional being, you don't have to be. You can do whatever you want. So, but I believe many souls decide to be, well, because there's a lot that goes into it, and not everybody wants that responsibility. I want to say it's like having a dog. You have to take care of everything. There's different ways of looking at it. I mean, we probably all have a conscious side of us that is a god power somewhere doing who knows what. You know, there's always a universe, like many universes away from this universe. It's like in a different neighborhood, far from this universe. Like away from home, literally. I know it's like pushing it. It's like you're 10,000 universes away from home. So, I mean, the way I look at it, of course, I look from a third dimensional point of view. Okay, but it's almost, yeah, it's like neighborhoods. Universes are neighborhoods. Of course, that's probably not the best way of looking at it, but that's one way of looking at it, though. It's whatever you want it to be. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's a lot of female god consciousness. And some, I mean, I do feel like some of the gods, I know they don't really, a god being would not have regret. It feels like some of them do regret how the feminine energies was used, at least on this planet. Well, it was used against humanity as like females have a way of seducing and overpowering the male, and some of them took it to a whole nother level. Of course, males have done a lot of darkness here too, but the female is known to be smarter than that. And the male, I guess, isn't seen as smarter than that. Males are seen as, I wouldn't say stupid, but sometimes it looks. Either way, the female is supposed, is the idea is for it to, you know, it's they're just known to be better, you know, at manners and everything. And the male is just, I mean, technically, the male is connected to the dog, technically, which you respell dog, it's God, so. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of the feline beings. We're still very canine. We were a little bit of everything, but we're pretty much a little bit of cat, we're a little bit of dog. I guess some people are a little bit ostrich. Those are fun. Want to argue with everybody and want to be dominant in conversations. Funny. Well, the like a person with a gorilla type of DNA within themselves. Some of them can be really aggressive, and some of them can be like just wisdom, just just vast amounts of wisdom. Um, so a person with like an elephant energy is known for wisdom, but also for being swift and being very cunning. In a good way. It can be a bad way too, but usually it's a good way. Very clever. The elephant energy is just the elephants find a way out of everything. Like the pig beings, pig consciousness can be very elegant and beautiful and established, but also can be sinister, psychotic, and your craziest person you ever met. The pig consciousness. So, of course, you don't hear many people talk about pig people or ostrich people or and so on. Yeah, it's just people say they're ready for all this. They're ready to see a pig person walking by. You know, well, humans are, yeah, we're very connected. I mean, obviously, we're connected to all the animals here. Some people are very bird-like, some people are turtle-like, they're really slow. Being slow has being patient is a virtue. Like if you're really impatient in another lifetime and you can incarnate with some turtle type of consciousness, I know it sounds funny, but then you're just slow. But some people say that's the best thing that ever happened to them. Finally get to slow down and so accomplish what I'm here to accomplish. So that says a lot. Nobody's perfect on all levels, but anyway, it's funny. I'm getting the energy of like those that are really good in relationships. Some people are just really good at being in relationships. So you have the cat is one, the canine, the rabbit, people that have a little bit of some people are cat people, some people are dog people, just in their DNA themselves. And some people are rabbit people. And the energy I'm getting is like, yeah, they might be good at relationships and establishing them, but they're not always good at keeping them going because obviously, it's like a present. It's all nice in the beginning, and it all starts to fall apart later on. Like you open it, it's like, well, what's this? The excitement is over and all that. So, where am I going with that? Is just, I guess you can say, beings that work very fast are known to do that. Like they're really good at relationships and go into a relationship very fast, and then what do you do after that? So some people have like a pig energy too, meaning that they're not always cleansing. They're not always clean. It literally means, yeah, a dirty person. I can't. Dogs can be like that too, but nothing like a pig. Pigs can be very elegant and clean. Some of them could be just like a warhog, like ugh. So the energy is with us too, of course. So I guess you're getting to is like God consciousness is like There's a cat god consciousness. There are cat beings, obviously. The canine, the pig, and so on. So it's just that when you look at God, it's like, okay, God, show me yourself. It shows up as a pig person. It's like, oh man, what's going on? Now, obviously, there are, your connections is, you know, everybody has their own God consciousness they tap into. So it just has a lot of, you know, your God is, I mean, some people have a manipulative God they connect to. Some alien beings that are here claiming to be God, especially in religions, are manipulating people. So clearing out your God consciousness, like make sure that you're connected to the right God energy. Especially when you feel like things aren't going the way you need to go. Like you clear out your guides, you can also clear out your God consciousness too, which is not something I ever thought about. I mean, some people do it automatically, but you never know. So Agartha, let's see, obviously is everywhere. Like elf people look at humans as we are like distant relatives. Some Agarthian beings look at humans as more advanced. Even if Agarthian beings have all this power and abilities, they still have a lack of emotion like the Earth human does. They still don't have the challenges. No matter how many challenges you get on Agartha, nothing beats a human challenge in this dimension because all the dense energies that are here. And of course, there are dark wizards messing around, and some of them have versions of themselves that are manipulating reality. Some of the wizards have versions of themselves as preachers and stuff like that. Here, of course, tapping into that's not the easiest, but yeah, it's like a wizard war going on here. And usually, the wizards that are here look like everyday Joes for the most part. So it's like I mean, even though about the Galactic Wars too, it's like you have wizard people, good and bad, living their daily lives, and they don't walk around wearing robes and stuff like that. That would make things a lot easier. But the wizard beings that are just look like regular people, they are dealing with each other. Some of them are like they'll meet somebody like a doctor, like a everyday, like a wizard person is like an artist, for example, and they meet like a doctor somehow through somewhere like a bar or something or through work or whatever it might be, and they feel like, wow, that doctor's really dark. And so they like it's like a wizard war, mental war going on. Everybody looks normal, but there's still something going on, especially in relationships. Like not always, but some reptilian beings are known to, and archon beings and gray beings are known to mess with relationships to get you off track. Now sometimes it's just for yeah, just this yeah, people that are to sabotage relationships. I mean, it's agreed upon. It's like, yeah, let's see what you got. Come mess with my relationship and see how stable it is. So there's that. Of course, there's also portals to Agartha. A lot of them are in the mountains. There's hills, but the hill portals aren't that strong. The mountain portals are the strongest. Now, will you remember Agartha? Now you can sleep by a mountain. It has to be one of these larger, like established mountains, like these huge, like Mount Everest or something like that. If you're very spiritually awakened, it's kind of like holding a crystal in your hand and going to sleep. Sleeping by a mountain, you can connect to its astral and literally feel like you're in the astral realm, like you're in a different reality altogether, for better or for worse. So yeah, it's like mountains are just basically like big crystals, technically, because the energy that they're connected to the earth. So it doesn't work for everybody. I feel like more of the snow regions, the mountains that have snow on them, those are the more stronger ones. For what reason they're not saying. So yeah, this came up to mind recently. Goblins. I believe like Jon Stewart said like goblins are as a comedian. He said goblins are Jewish people in Harry Potter. It's like I wouldn't say that, but some goblins are Jewish people, yeah. But some goblins are good, some are bad. But a lot of goblins are warriors. Yeah, they're just like some kind of just psychotic beings, some of them are. Yeah, a lot of goblin energy is around warriors, even politicians. Yeah. I mean, even politicians can be human, but yeah, the goblin vibration will eventually start to unlock. Even bird people. So as the vibrations of the earth begin to shift, you might be talking to your friend. It's like, hey, look, yeah, you act like a bird. You like always kind of chirping a little bit, and then one day you see him with a bird head, like you might see in your vision or something like that. So those days are coming. um, oh yeah, I wanted to mention this. I talked about the fake alien invasion. Um, there are timelines in the future. Obviously, fully connecting to is a little bit more difficult. But in the future, where there is fake alien invasions, where it comes normal, like even fake aliens are created so establish a society here and everything when it's actually just manipulation, but not fully. There are some real ones that are there too. So it might be in our lifetime, might not be. I mean, obviously, there's alien manipulation going on now through the government. Let's see here. So aliens that are here now, there's a lot of tall whites, of course, that connect to humanity. There's Palladians, but it's like the tall whites are actually more stronger ones that connect to humanity. That are here to bring in more of a positive timeline, to the best of their ability. Well, the tall whites feel a bit responsible because they know how their Ryan groups work. They know how a lot of the negative beings work overall. So the tall whites are from Orion. They're trying to do their best. But their civilizations, tall whites aren't always the strongest, like with weaponry and protecting themselves, so they can easily get wiped out. But they still can have a pretty large group of them, though, overall. So, um, let's see. One moment. So obviously, we go back to God consciousness. Obviously, it's within the center of the planet. It's in the center of yourself, also. So I believe when the soul enters the body, it like walks into the liver, but also connects to the kidneys and establishes, you know, the blood to circulate and everything. No, it's interesting. No, this is no surprise, probably. So this is a little bit weird, but we'll put it out there anyway. So your body can have different souls connected to your body, meaning that now this is pretty out there, but it's like you have different energies connected to you, like for being very well fit, like being really good at the gym. You can connect to another soul to help you with that. Now, obviously, when you're in third dimension, be careful of all that. Usually, it's done before you incarnate. Wait, meaning, yeah, you have another consciousness. Like, say if you're just not very good at taking care of yourself, health wise, so you connect to another consciousness that helps you be healthy. It's like, wow, that person's always healthy. And in truth, it's another entity, like a guide or some other energy that they're connected to help you be healthy. I guess a lot of us remove those guides or just let ourselves fall apart, fall apart with the wind. But yeah, you actually can. I mean, you can say it's part of your spirit guide council, because some people have to be a certain weight or a look to accomplish what they're here to accomplish, and for the rest of us, it's like, guess it doesn't matter. We just look like a. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. But yeah, you connect to other certain guys. I think this is pretty well known, but it feels like the guides actually merge with the soul. So you incarnate in your body, and you also bring other guides with you that merge within you to help establish what you're here to establish. I can say one thing about, like, for example, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has like three or four beings connected to him to help him work out. He also has another being that's part of finances that helps him with his money. He has another being, like his main consciousness is to manifest. Of course, he also sold himself out many times in rituals when he was other lifetimes when he was a child. Like, I don't think he might have been part of sacrifices in the past, not being that clear about it. But other lifetimes, yeah, before this lifetime, Arnold Schwarzenegger just pretty much sold himself out. From what I'm gathering. Of course, you can always ask him that. Probably said something different. Yeah, it's like he's here to bring in secret knowledge, especially like some of his movies. Like Running Man has some knowledge in there. Other movies too, but I don't can't think of them. Terminator, I guess, in some regard. But Running Man has the movie Running Man has a lot of because they have a game show online. I think they actually kill people. And we kind of have a borderline version of that here. Not that we're going to go into a dystopian reality or anything like that. Not that we're not under already one already. Um, so jumping around a little bit here. So the God consciousness that's protecting the earth. There is a male and female energy. Of course, there's also brothers and sisters of the God consciousness, but it's like the God consciousness here on this planet looks at the earth is like hovering over this being's hand if it's humanoid. And I believe it's humanoid for the most part. And it just you know, even God needs to learn more about himself. And yeah, God needs us for him to learn. Because when you're a God consciousness at a higher dimension, you can only learn so much. So when you have beings like us, we connect to that God consciousness and we help that God consciousness evolve. So of course they're advanced beings and all of that, but they can still be kind of stagnant in their energy. So we're here to help the God consciousness evolve, but pay attention to more humanity if it chooses so. But a lot of God consciousness just stays away from us and lets us figure things out on our own. Maybe not let us go completely, but they have to let us figure things out. So anyway, we're gonna learn. Obviously, can't learn every. I mean, they can help us put us in the right directions, like a spirit guide would do it. So also, um, okay, I'm kind of feeling I need to close her out. So yeah, I kind of jumped around a little bit, didn't go into too much on the God conscious. I think I did. It's like the crash course version of it. And Agartha is being very quiet today. Elemental beings, I don't know. It's like when they like fairy beings like show up in our reality. It's similar like to aliens and cause a lot of difficulties, but eventually our human race has to, obviously calm down. The more curious humanity is, the better about it is mysteries. Like the more mysteries, the better, because many people find that stuff more interesting in life itself, like conspiracy theories and stuff. And yeah, finding the right conspiracy theory, because the right conspiracy theory that you're connected to, right story, can obviously activate your chakras and move you to the next level. I'm feeling like people that upgrade themselves. I don't know why I got like a super soldier energy there. Yeah, it's just there's of course some roles some of us choose to accept. Like for a planet like this, it's like we need so many police, we need so many firefighters, we need so many artists. We have so many free thinking people. Like almost like a checklist of how many people they need. And it's like, oh, by the way, we need somebody like a modern day Julius Caesar here on Earth. And the soul's like, hey, they actually go to the souls. And, it's like, hey, you want to incarnate as such and such that we created? It's up to you on that one. Oh, yeah, this other thing is, before we close out, an Elvis society, meaning a world where there's just a bunch of people that look like Elvis. The women look like Elvis. We dress like, well, obviously the women are more feminine, but the males, there's the males that look literally like the 1920s version or the early version of Elvis. I don't know if that was 1920s or the black and white version of Elvis. So it's Elvis societies. I think it's more of a male thing than a female. Of course, there would be a female that's just all into the Elvis being. But yeah, just think of like a collective that looks like Elvis. Now you have a lot of Elvis impersonators too, so I think that's something to do with it too. Just gets more and more out there. So all right, we'll close it out. Yeah, I'm getting tired. So that was like a little bit of everything, sort of. Didn't go too much into Agartha, but we'll just leave it at that. So all right, blessings everyone. Have a good night. Take care.